I'm gonna share my screen as well. Sorry. I should start from the beginning, not from then. Okay, thank you for coming to this meeting. We gonna be here introducing the new rules for the indoor handball that the IHF started to implement in July 2022. A little agenda of what we're gonna talk about is an introduction about a little bit about the development for referees, go from the new rules and any general business. Going to the referees development, we're gonna try to do online trainings. That means that we're gonna try to do regular online meetings about different topics. This one gonna be about the new rules, but we're gonna do another meeting every 2 weeks. That means fortnightly. The next meeting will be about probably punishments or simulations or different topics that we consider up to discussion. We are trying as well to get a repository for material. In the last meeting with the head of referees from the different countries, we decided that the best idea was to create a Facebook group. I already created the Facebook group, and now we need to start to load there the content for the referees. I'm gonna send the link to the referees Facebook group. If not, it's here in the presentation. I will circulate this presentation at the end of the meeting. As well, as part of that material, we're gonna circulate the regulations for fitness test. It's not only for referees about the knowledge of the rules, as well they need to be quite fit to come follow the game. If you are not fit, you cannot think. Then if you cannot think, you cannot see what's happening in the court. Then that is is an important part of being a referee. As well, we are working in generating some quizzes or tests for the rules that we're going to be sending. Then people can test their knowledge about the rules. And that is a good way to practice and to improve the knowledge of all the referees. The last point is we are working with the OCHF, with Maki and other representatives of each of the countries to try to get courses, could be IHF courses or could be online courses to develop the referees in the region. Is there any question about the development program that we are trying to present, or the different tools?
Any question for me?
No? Okay. Then I'm gonna continue with the presentation. We're gonna go through the changes in the rules that were implemented in July 2022, last July. Were mostly 4 changes. One is the size of the balls. The following one is the trough, how we start the game after a goal or at the beginning of each period. The passive play has some modifications as well. And the punishment for shooting to the head of the goalkeeper. The first rule is the ball. It's rule number 3 in the rule book, if you want to reference the rule book. We now have a differentiation. Before was just one size of balls that was different for men and for women and for youth. Now we have two kinds of balls with different sizes. We have the handballs played with resin, that is the balls that we used to use in indoor handball, and we have ball size for balls played without the resin. The difference in size is approximately 2.5 centimeters or 1 inch for the number 3 and for the number 2. And for the number 1 is 1 centimeter difference between the balls that we used to use, that are the balls played with resin, and the new balls that are the ones without resin. This is this change and this modification in the rules is because a lot of courts in different parts of the world are not allowing anymore to play with the resin or glue. Then the IHF adapt the rules to make it easy to grab the ball without the resin. Is any question about the new rule for the balls? Okay, I'm going to continue with the next rule. The rule 10 is about the trough or the start of the game. The trough happens when you start the game or after the halftime, or as well when one of the teams get a goal. Start with a trough from the center of the court. Now we have two options to start the game. The trough could be from the center line, the same way that we used to do it before July 2022. IHF keep that rule, then we can, for the courts that don't have a circle in the center, you can keep using the old rule. But they include a new rule that is the option B, that is the throw-off from the throw-off area. The throw-off area is a 4-meter circle in the center of the court. And the difference is that now you don't need to be static to start the game. As long as you are in the center circle or in the throw-off area, call as well, you can start the ball running. As soon as you enter in the circle and you get the ball, the referee can whistle. You can do as many steps as you can inside of that circle. The defender has to stand outside of the circle and cannot touch the ball till the throw-off is done. The throw-off is considered that is done when the ball crosses the line of that circle area, or when somebody from the same team, the attacking team, touches the ball inside of the area, receiving the pass from the person that started the game. Is there any question about this? Maybe any clarification, Antoine, anything that we can add to this rule?
No, the thing important is like, yes, there is this new throw-off area, but like in practice, for example, last weekend we had a tournament, but we couldn't have the throw-off area, so we need to apply the previous rules. If you don't have the possibility to have the circle in the middle of the court, then it's better to be clear for all the players and all the referees that we play the old rules with the central line.
Yeah.
And like not being like, if you don't have a real proper circle, I think it's more clear to apply the previous rule than doing a mixed. Yeah. That's my advice.
Yeah, to accommodate this rule, they as well change the rule 1, and they add that when you want to use the rule with the center of the court, you have to add the throw-off area, that is this circle that is in the middle, that could be 4 meters. it should be 4 meters, but we already played one tournament here in New Zealand where the circle was, I think it's 4.5 or 5 meters.
Yeah,
But
it was a basketball area.
Basketball circle, but it worked quite well anyway to apply the new rule. But as Anton say, if you don't have a circle, you can still use the previous rule and just use the center line. Previous rule apply when you had to be at least 1 meter, 1.5 meter from the center of the court. Still being in the middle of the line, no? Yeah,
So,
then
just a question, please.
yeah,
The Trough is considered as made, whatever the direction of the ball.
yeah. As soon as the referee whistle, people can cross the line, the center line, and as long as cross the trough area line, that is when the trough is done.
Okay.
Or if you had two people from the same team inside the area and they make a pass, then
whatever their position facing the center line.
Yeah, that is indifferent. Like you can pass the ball forward or backwards, as long as the ball cross the line. That is the game is started.
Okay.
You can also like directly shoot at the goal from the throw.
Like previously.
Yes.
Yeah.
No change for this.
Yeah. The only thing is that as long as you are with the ball inside of the area, you can, if you are the person starting, you can do as many steps as you want, but you have 3 seconds since the referee whistle to pass the ball or throw it to the goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in this, yeah, if you want me to translate in French, I can also feel free to ask. I think for this role, it's kind of difficult to see just like by reading or like explaining. It's really difficult to visualize, but it's really simple rules. It's not that complicated, but it's more like you need to practice a bit and visualize what it's supposed to look like. So there is the OCHF released a lot of videos explaining in detail what's need to be done and everything. So
I will try to upload to the OCHF referees Facebook group the document with the links for the new rules, where you have some videos explaining the new rules. One important thing that was pointed in the last meeting is that as a throw-off is only considered done when you pass the ball and the other one grabs it. If you just bounce the ball inside of the circle to start the game, you know how sometimes people just go bounce the ball backwards and the guy that came behind grabs the ball? The person that is bouncing the ball cannot leave the circle till the throw-off is not done. That means till the other person doesn't catch the ball. I'm gonna put as well a video for that because it's hard to explain with words, but I'm gonna put a video about that as well, Antoine. If you can please remind me.
I agree. This rule is not very complicated. The most complicated things, I think, like Antoine said, if we do not have a circle to materialize the area, it's going to be very complicated.
Yeah,
if we do not have a circle.
So I can explain shortly in French. Dans le cas où t'as pas un cercle, faut appliquer la première règle.
Oui, l'ancienne règle, bien sûr.
Ouais, voilà. T'appliques
Non,
l'ancienne
mais
règle.
je suis d'accord.
Okay.
Sauf qu'on va vite se retrouver en situation où on va nous opposer, c'est des nouvelles règles, elles s'appliquent. Et donc, en fonction des gymnases, I come back into English. facing different places where sometimes we've got a circle, sometimes we do not have. If we want in our championships to put every team in an equal position, we need to decide if we apply this rule or not, whatever the place. Just in order to be equal for each team and each places. You see?
Yeah, that is completely right. If you're gonna have the half of the courts with circle and the half of the courts without circle, probably it's better just to keep playing with the old rule to keep everybody in the same. Don't give advantage to anybody.
Agreed.
So the explanation of why the changes rules, the IHF changes rules, is like to make a bit more dynamic the game, like the fast break, like the person in the middle, like executing the throw, is allowed to walk, like is allowed to keep running. So that's because before, like with the old rules, like it was kind of the pivot most of the time was doing it, but he has to stop. He has to stop in the middle, and then that's kind of one player less to do the fast break, right?
Yes, understood. But it's a little bit difficult to not very difficult, but we have, in my mind, we have two choices. We keep on the old rules, or we try to adapt the new rules to the circle or not in the different places.
Yes.
I think we can adapt the running. The throw-off can be done running with the old rules, for example.
Yeah,
just,
but I
just
believe,
in order to avoid the trouble of circle.
I believe that if you're gonna apply the old rules, just keep it as old rules, and once that the different places in the country are developed enough, you can move to the new rule. You don't need to move to the new rule straight away. That is why they keep those rules in the rule book.
Okay.
Yeah, the two main things for the rule was make it more dynamic, then you can run and you can start faster, and the other one was because now will be very clear if the person is 3 meters or not 3 meters. Was kind of, oh, it's 3 meters, it's not 3 meters. Now he has to be outside of a line, which is very clear if he is outside or inside.
I understand the aim to make the throw-off more dynamic.
Yeah.
It's easier for referees too, because with the old rule we have to see if the guy was running or not, was standing in place or not. It's easier for us referees because we can free whistle and let's go.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's more easier.
And you are not
for referees. I agree.
Yeah, and you are not forced to implement these new rules, and if the venues are not ready, it's not something that is forced. You have the two options.
Okay.
And then sorry, any other question about the playing court or the new rule for the Trough?
No, not for me.
No problem. Then we're gonna pass to the next one. It's good to have questions and to have these kind of discussions because it helps us to understand the situation in different places. Then thank you very much for all your questions. The next rule is the rule 7, the passive play, and I made a mistake in the spelling there. It's not passive pally, it's passive play. You have nowadays, once that the referees put the hand up doing the forewarning signal for the passive play, you have a maximum of 4 passes. It used to be 6 passes, but now it's only 4. And if after 4 passes the other team didn't shoot to the goal, you give a free throw to the defending team. The only rule here is that the passes, instead of be 6, it changed to 4. One important thing that was recognized by IHF is it has to be very good communication between both referees.
In order to count?
Sorry?
In order to count?
Yeah, and the most important thing is that it's very good communication to be clear when the passive starts. Because nowadays, with the speed of the game, the idea is that the referee, need to put the hand up when a player clearly get possession of the ball. Then it's very clear when you start to count the first pass. And that is one of the things that referees struggle the most, to get a very, very clear definition of when the passive start, when somebody really have the ball and you put the hand up and you start to count 1, 2, 3, 4 to be clear for the players in attack, and as well for the coach and for everybody. That is something that IHF want to make very, very important emphasis and important clarification, that it needs to be very clear when you put the hand up and you start to count, because it's only 4 now. It's not no more 6.
Do we have the same regulation with the passive play, sanctions, 2 minutes, and so on?
Yes, if it's a sanction of 2 minutes or yellow card, any punishment, progressive punishment, the passive play goes down. If hit the goalkeeper or the post, the passive goes down. Of course, if you see that the attacking team is not resetting and starting to attack again, you put the forewarning signal again. You don't have to take the 4 passes. If you see that they do 1 pass and the second pass is back to the goalkeeper in the middle of the court, you call the passive play straight away, because they are not attacking.
3-4. Okay.
Yeah. Then yeah, it's the same rules, just 1 less pass.
No problem.
Oh, sorry, 2 less passes, from 6 to 4. My math were playing up with me.
Yeah, one thing like important to implement this rule is like I feel like a professional level, the players already know that they are kind of passive, but for more beginners level, they don't know like exactly. So they will probably not notice that the referee is raising the forewarning signal. So it's kind of important that like the referee can also say, "Oh, passive," just at the moment where they put the signal on. So like this, all the players are aware that there is a passive starting. Just my advice on this.
Yep. Any other comments or questions about this change?
Not for me.
Thank you. The last change was the rule number 8. That is the rule number 8 is sorry, punishments and unsportsman conduct. The shot to the head of the goalkeeper. Now, if it's a straight shot to the head of the goalkeeper, it's a direct 2-minute suspension. The rules or the clarification that are made to consider a 2-minute suspension are that the head has to be the first point of contact. That means that the ball has to go straight to the head. It cannot be that it's deflected in the shoulder or in the arm or in the post and it hit the head. That is not a 2 minutes. It's only if the ball goes straight to the head and the first point of contact is the head of the goalkeeper. The second rule is that it's an open play situation. That is not a defender in between. Nobody push him or nobody's deflecting the ball or trying to destabilize or make the player lose control of his body when he's shooting. The other consideration is that the goalkeeper is not actually moving the head towards the ball in order to stop the ball. And it's one more consideration that that the IHF put there, that is, if the goalkeeper for some reason tried to mislead the decision of the referee for the player to get a 2 minutes suspension, like if the ball hit the hand and after hit the face, or if the ball hit the shoulder and he's pretending that the ball hit the face, it's a 2 minute suspension for the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
It's any question about the...
So the change is a red card to 2 minute suspensions.
The change is that don't used to be anything or red card. And red card was only when you knew that the player was in purpose shooting to the goalkeeper's head and the goalkeeper was not moving.
That's it.
Now is if the player just shoot and hit the goalkeeper's head, it's 2 minutes. If you suspect that the player is on purpose shooting to the head of the goalkeeper because you were reading the game and you see that was some build up, or the player was very, very upset, and you can you're 100% sure that the player shoot on purpose to hit the goalkeeper's head, that is a red card.
Yeah.
Okay. The difficult for referees is will be again the third point of the third red point. Is the goalkeeper moving his head in the direction of the ball?
Yeah.
That is always the question we have to ask ourselves when we are referring on those situations.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very hard call sometimes to identify if the goalkeeper was moving, and we as the referees need to do it in a split second. Then it's a tough decision. I know that in Europe they have cameras and they can go back and
on professional levels only.
Yeah. We don't have that in Oceania. For us, it's harder because it depends on the referees. But one thing that the IHF was pointing out as well is something that we need to start to work a lot in Oceania and in a lot of other countries, even for professional referees, is the position of the referees on the court.
That's it.
Yeah, that is very important.
Nice.
Okay, no question.
Yeah. Any other question, Madeline?
No, that's fine. Thank you.
Yeah, I feel also this rule quite hard to judge. Like on, is it an open play situation or not? Like when the thrower, like the attackant, has been pushed a bit, like slightly, but he's still fully control of his body. So when to give it 2 minutes or not? Like at which point you consider that yes, he was still, even he has been pushed a bit, but he need to be responsible of his throw. And if he shoot around the head, then he can get to 2 minutes. And have you explained, so if there is the 2 minutes given and the ball still go in the goal, like so the ball hits the head and then go into the goal, what's happened?
At the moment, I actually don't know. It's a very good question. I will say
No goal.
I will say no
No
goal
goal.
because it was
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
it's a fault.
No,
Yeah, if
no,
you
It's a
give it
fault.
2 minutes.
yeah,
It's a
because you
fault.
are giving 2 minutes before the ball going inside.
It's not
But-
it's not logical at all to give a 2-minute suspension and to accord
the goal.
Yeah,
goal.
and to call the goal. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
It
yeah.
would
Now
give
that I'm thinking, yeah, you're right.
too many discussions. Too many.
Yeah.
Not possible.
Yes.
And I think to answer to the first question of Antoine, when the attackant is push and even if it is an open play situation, I think we can't give any 2-minute suspension.
Yes.
It's
So-
probably a 7-meter throw
Then,
and not
Yeah.
not 2 minutes.
So that's where it's a bit ambiguous. You can have a look at the IHF videos, but there is some situation where, for example, on the pivot, so there was a push, and then the attackant still managed to do one step, and then so now he still have full body control of his body, full control of his body, and then takes the shot. So
You
there is-
answer the question. The attackant is full control body.
Yes.
So
Yes.
if he is full control body, 2 minutes. If he is not, 2 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think you answer the question in what you say.
No, yeah, but like in the example, I think on the IHF there was a case where there was a 7 meters, but also a 2 minutes, because there was like a push from like a holding from a pivot, and then the defender released, but there was still like 2 minutes for the defender plus the 7 meters, and then because the pivot has recovered, like kind of full control of his body, and then shoot in the head of the goalkeeper, then it's also this rule apply. So that's also 2 minutes for the attackant. It's kind of
I haven't seen the video, but on
Yeah.
what you explain, I think that the 2 minutes decision against the defender is right because the
Yes.
push.
Yes.
I think the 7-meter decision is not right because the attackant has the control of its body position.
Yeah.
And if the attackant has the control and shoot the head of the goalkeeper, it's 2 minutes suspension too.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I think we cannot give a 7-meter decision if the attackant has the control of his position. It's not logical.
Yeah.
Even if he has been
Yeah.
pushed a few seconds ago. You okay with me or not?
Yeah, I agree with you because the player is still in control of his body and he has a clear situation of goal that was not ruined by
So
the push.
so
Was a foul before. You can call a foul before if you want, but usually
So
if you keep him playing, you keep him playing.
So in my mind, the situation that gives a 7-meter and a 2-minute suspension with a headshot of the goalkeeper is not compatible. It's one or the other. It could be the same. The two decisions can be placed in the same action, I think.
Yeah. Something that we could do for next session, I can try to look at the videos and bring some examples. And in the first 5 minutes or 10 minutes of the next session in 2 weeks, we can review those scenarios and have a little bit more discussion about it. What do you think?
Agree?
Yeah, and will be good to have proper real examples to analyze and to discuss.
Antoine, if you can find the video you were talking about, it could be a good example to analyze, I think.
Yes, I can. I will find the exact video, but here's at the IHF Education Center on YouTube, where they have explained all the new rules and with details.
Yeah, we can get some examples from there and play next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else from the head of shot of the goalkeeper?
Not for me.
Not for
Okay.
me.
Thank you. All right. Then from now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up the next meeting for the next 2 weeks. Next gonna be in the Wednesday, 19th of October. I don't know if it's Wednesday everywhere because time zone sometimes change the date. But I'm gonna send a new invite to everybody at this time in 2 weeks. And what we're gonna do, I'm gonna send as well the agenda, and I'm gonna include the discussion of some videos about these new rules. And we're gonna introduce a new topic that I need to decide if it's gonna be punishment or maybe it could be something like simulations or Hollywood. That is quite an interesting topic as well.
Okay.
Any other comments or questions?
Not for me.
No, that's okay.
Well,
Perfect. We've been under 1 hour. We've been just 45 minutes. That is great. I as well will send to everybody. Sorry, you don't need to see my work email. I'm gonna send a copy of this presentation to everybody that has some comments of the rule below. Then you can give a read to that. And as well, I will try to search for the documents with the videos and send that. And as well, if you Anton can send me the link for those videos as well, we can later on. Oh, you send it here in the comments. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you want me to share my screen?
Yes, you can share your screen if you want. We can watch it now.
So that's the IHF. So that's one game. So there was like a slight push, it's really tiny push. Then there was like a fault, and then the defender release, and then the attackant has like a clear control of his body. So what they are saying here on the observation criteria. So in this case, that's an open shot, and then so that's a direct hit at to the head, and the ball clearly changed direction. Yeah.
2 minutes.
So then that's 2 minutes. But this one is clear, and that's what we were saying, Wilfred. So they hear whistle by the referee, timeout, direct 2 minutes suspension, and against the throw. And restart of the game from the goalie team, right, by the defending team. So in this case, I mean, that's kind of clear of what we said, I think. On this one, the wing has not been touched, I think.
No, that is 2 minutes.
Yeah, so that's a clear shot.
On the wings.
Well, that's the same. So here, like that's a head, but then he went into the goal.
2 minutes.
So that's an upper shot, hit to the head,
Yeah.
so the ball changed the direction. So that's 2 minutes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Whistle, 2 minutes. So yeah, you can have a look at, they have like heaps of different example. Here, that's a headshot. I don't know if you saw, but there was like defenders in between.
Yeah.
So they
But-
shoot from 9 meters. The attackant and then shoot directly into the head, but that's not an open shot because there was like 2 defenders in front.
Yeah.
So in this
Yes.
case, it's not a 2 minutes, I think.
Yes.
So shoot from far, not an open shot on goal. Defender between the thrower and the goalkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, c'est
So
report.
you in this case, the referee can stop the time, like to make sure that the goalkeeper is okay, but that's there's no 2 minutes.
Like previously, no
Yeah.
change.
Yes. So this one is clear shot also.
That is clear shot, 2 minutes.
Yeah, but there is like heaps of in this education center. There is like all the different direct throw. I can show one. Oh, sorry, with this. So they explain like in like practice games, but so whistle the signal when the player is ready. As soon as the player is fully ready, the whistle, and then the goalkeeper, like the defender, enters the area before the catch of this guy. So this is bad. So this defender is not allowed to go inside the circle before the pass is executed. So here he arrived too early.
What is the
this case.
decision? What is the decision? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So in the IHF referees videos, it's quite good because so there is the observation criteria, blah blah blah. It's okay, and then this different touch the throw-off area with his right foot before the team touch the ball inside the throw-off area, and then here the decision is as follow. So illegal defensive behavior. The ball is still inside the throw-off area and has not yet completely crossed the throw-off area lines. The thrower has played the pass, but the teammate has not touched or controlled the ball. The defender runs into the throw-off area and is not considered taking according to the rules. So then that's a direct 2-minute suspension and then a free throw for the attacking team to restart the game.
Is the same that will happen if they are starting the game and you are not 3 meters away from the play and you're trying to interrupt the start of the game.
Okay. And to complete the decision, if we are in the last 30 seconds of the game,
Yes.
it's 7 meters and red card.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm.
Is it possible to send to give us the links for those UHF videos, please?
I've sent the link. Yeah, see,
Okay.
and that's the training notes. And the situation occurs the last 30 seconds of the match.
Good, I'm right.
Mm.
And then 7 meters plus disqualification of the guilty player.
Yeah.
So that's another example. Whistle of the referee, the defender is outside, and then the person that passing to the ball doesn't catch it properly.
Mm.
So this whistle is given by the referee, and here the throw is executed because the all second players touch the ball. So then the defender is still outside the throw-off area. So now he's allowed to catch the ball. So everything is okay. and you can go on the fast break on the other way. But yeah, I encourage you to look at all these. Like there is plenty of examples.
I will check if in the PDF that the IHF sent, I think they are divided by different type, like trough or head, goalkeeper head, and
yeah, I think it's more about eating, like all the ones that are about the goalkeeper rules are named eating the goalkeeper in the head with the ball, and then that's they are named interpretation 5, 4, 3, 2. So that's all of them with like plenty of examples. Yeah, so I think that's maybe this one. So here the defender has pushed a bit. I don't know if you saw that.
We do not clearly see the.
So there is a light contact before the jumping off with no impact on the shooter of the thrower. The thrower has full ball and body control.
Okay, so
And then
headshot for the shooter.
The goalkeeper jump and saves the shot by the clear hit in the head, ball change the direction.
You see on this side, do not. Well, yeah, stop the video, please. On this side, do you remember the third bullet point on the projector? If the goalkeeper goes through the ball in order to stop the shot, you see, okay, it's very difficult for referees to interpret if the goalkeeper goes through in front of the ball in order to stop the shot. You see, is the goal moving in front of the ball or not? That is the situation we have to manage and to decide.
I think in this case, usually what you consider is that when the goalkeeper moves the head to the sides, if the goalkeeper is moving just jumping forward, that doesn't gonna modify if he is a stand or he is moving forward. The trajectory of the ball is just to the head. That what you consider if he is moving sideways, then you didn't shoot to the head, but the goalkeeper moved the head towards the goal.
For me, in the new rules, it's like always 2 minutes. Like the speed of the ball is way faster than the head. So like in most of the case, there will be
maybe.
Because like if you the only case is like if there is like a lob, for example, if there is a lob and then the goalkeeper intentionally like moves the head, or like if there is like a I don't know, like a trick shot, like a slow ball around the head, that's maybe the case. But all the other cases, like when there is a fast shot, I guess it's 2 minutes. Like it's more about the situation.
Imagine the situation that the goalkeeper is on his line, on the goal line at the beginning of the situation, and when the shot is started, he goes 1 or 3 steps, 1 or 2 steps in front of him in order to stop the shot.
Yeah.
Is he moving through the ball?
Wait.
Like like the new rules is about like protecting the goalkeeper.
I understand the rule. No problem with the rule. I understand it, but it's the way to decide and to evaluate the situation in order to take the good decision. It's always the same problem for referees.
Yeah. So I think before it was really like your question was good. Like on the all rules, it's really hard to determine between like nothing or red card. So it's like impossible. But with these new rules, it's quite simple. It's like it's every time that is headshot, it's kind of always like at least a 2 minutes. Like there is some exception where you can give a red card, like I don't know, on a penalty or
voluntary shot and so on. Okay.
Yeah, and then when the goalkeeper
when the goalkeeper don't move too at the wings, no?
Yes,
for example.
Yeah, But these cases I think are more like really marginal. As a referee, you might face it like 1 or 2 times during your career, but the headshots is like quite often. And before, like the referee were like hopeless because they couldn't do anything. So now we have the tools to give like these 2 minutes, and that's a lot protecting the. And the notion of like moving the head or not, I think is always the goalkeeper will be always moving a bit. So that's all, like that's 2 minutes for me. I don't know.
Okay.
If you
Run the video, please.
yeah.
In order to finish.
And so this case, so there was a light push, but that's still 2 minutes. So whistle from the and then timeout and then give it 2 minutes because the OCHF considers that the pivot, even with the light push, he still have full control of his body and aim in the top part of the goal. So that's 2 minutes. And restart of the game. So the by the free throw from the defending team, obviously, because you give like a 2 minute.
I agree with the decision.
Yeah. No, so good. That's what we said earlier. So this is a case also. Even like the goalkeeper like jump.
No touch.
But what is also quite hard, like for the referee, and that's about positioning, but the difference between the ball hitting the arm or like the head is sometimes if your your positioning as a referee is not good, then it's really hard to see if it's a save with like the elbow or if it's a save with the head in this kind of situation, because the ball will go exactly same direction. So it's kind of it goes super fast and sometimes quite hard to see. But yeah. Do you want to go keep watching this or?
Oula.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Ouais.
Nice.
Yeah.
2 minutes stress. Yeah.
Clearly 2 minutes.
But that's what where like these rules is very useful, because before the goalkeeper moved a bit, so that's not a red card. But yeah, it's quite important to, I think, for the safety of our goalkeepers to have these new rules.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Totally agree with you. But for every rule, we often have the same trouble that some goalkeepers will play with the rules, and we have to be very, very careful of
Yes.
misleading referees, as you were saying, Gaston, in order to play with the rule. You see?
Yes. Okay.
But I agree with the decision.
Yes, thank you, Gaston.
No, thank you, Antoine, for bringing the videos at the end to show a little bit more graphically what we are talking about. It's always good. I'm gonna try to prepare some videos for the next meeting, and I'm gonna send a link to, when I send this presentation, I'm gonna send the link to those videos as well. Then everybody can watch it, and if you want to share it with the rest of the referees in your countries, just you have it there. And as well, I will try to see if I can post this link in the OCHF referees Facebook page. Then
Yes.
is there as well. If somebody else want to watch it, can access there.
Okay.
Yeah, nice to meet you, guys.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Where
Nice
are
to
you
see you
from,
again, Nathalie.
Nice to
Antoine?
meet you.
Juste deux questions.
Excuse-moi.
T'étais où, Antoine, avant?
I'm from Rennes, la Bretagne.
Un breton.
Je pense qu'on a joué dans le même club alors.
Ah bon?
Je t'ai googlisé avant et j'ai joué à Champy aussi.
Ah bon? Ok.
Il y a très longtemps de ça.